Paid ads are an incredibly effective way for you to sign up clients for your agency, regardless of your niche or your service. But the thing is, when we're just starting out and we haven't spent money on ads before, it can be pretty daunting, right? We want to get the best bang for our buck, and we just want to get results without wasting a whole bunch of money. So today, I'm not only going to teach you the best strategy that you can use for your agency right now when it comes to paid ads, but I'm actually going to show you by building an ad strategy from scratch for a real agency that I only launched a couple of weeks ago. And we're going to be creating this ad strategy around a lead magnet that we also conceptualized on a recent video. And this isn't my first rodeo. I own a multi-7-figure agency called Affluent.co. We've been around for over 7 years now, and I've helped thousands of other people start agencies of their own. And I'm starting this agency that you see on screen right now called Mason Flow in Toronto that services bricklayers and masonry businesses, and we offer Google ads. This was all randomly selected, by the way. I documented this entire process on my YouTube channel. You can go back and you can watch the episodes. I'd recommend you doing so. And I'm showing you the steps that you need to take in order to go out there and launch an agency of your own. I did the same thing about a year ago now in a series that we called the Reno Reach series. I signed up my first couple of clients in a couple of weeks, and then I gave the entire agency to one of you guys for free. And I'm going to do the same here. I'm building the entire business end to end, and I'm going to give it away to one of you, okay? Because I want to help you and I want to see you succeed. And all you need to do to be in a chance for win, to be in for a chance to win, is drop a comment down below. Let me know the reason why you want to start an agency and maybe the position you're in right now. And I'm not just going to give you this ready-built agency, but I'm also going to buy you a brand new MacBook Pro, and I'm going to give you 12 months access to the software that you're going to use to grow your agency called High Level. You can use this for your current client acquisition, but also to aid in getting client results as well. Okay, if you want to get more information about what we have done so far in this series, we've written some great scripts. We've gone through and studied the ICP. We even conceptualized and came up with the idea for that lead magnet, even creating the entire thing as well, which is an AI marketing strategy. And I'd recommend you going back and watching the first episodes of this series first, so you can see what's brought us up to this point, okay? If you just want to get into the ad strategy stuff, that's absolutely fine. You can watch this video, but you are going to have an awful lot more context and a serious amount more value, arguably the most valuable free content on building an agency that exists out there. That is my goal from this series. So this is what we've done so far. We've built all the foundations. We've chosen the niche. We've figured the agency name out. We created a logo and a website. We even built the lead generation strategy, generated our first batch of leads, built the outreach strategy, developed an offer, and wrote our first outreach scripts. We just created the landing page for our lead magnet, and we have now built the lead magnet as well. It is a free AI lead generation or free AI marketing strategy I think we went for. We built this landing page on Go High Level from zero. Again, I actually showed you this whole process. And yeah, here we go. We're doing a free AI marketing strategy for this lead magnet. Now, I think it's important to note for any of you guys that are kind of just jumping in at this point, and just for any of you that have been watching this series full stop, this is not the only way to build a successful agency targeting masonry companies in Toronto, okay? And the information that I'm going through in this series will apply to any agency, but you have to understand the psychology behind the things that I'm doing. There is no one way of building a successful agency, and anybody that tells you there is just one way is talking absolute shit to sell you on a product, and they don't have your best intentions at heart. I'm always going to tell you what you don't want to hear for free, okay? Other people will tell you what you want to hear for a bit of cash. The truth is, there are 100 if not 1,000 ways to build a successful agency. You have to figure out the best way for you for a series of iterations and a series of tests to your market and a deep understanding of the people that you're trying to serve, and also a deep understanding of your service. And the only way you get to that point is through obsession over a long period of time. It's consistency in your learning. It's watching series like this, but thinking about the psychology behind the things that I'm saying and the things that I'm doing, rather than planning how you're going to directly copy exactly what I'm doing. That is going to keep you in the place that you're in right now. That is going to stop you from ever being able to build a substantial agency. So please don't copy everything I'm going through. Think about the psychology behind it and think about how you can apply it. And there are also ways that we can improve on the shit that I'm doing, okay? This might not be the best way, but it's the first thing that we came up with, and therefore that is what we're sticking with. And if the person who wins Mason Flow wants to launch a whole bunch of other lead magnets, they want to create a new website, want to do some new outreach scripts, more power to them. I encourage it. Okay, we want to read the data, we iterate, and so on. Okay, I don't want to get ahead of myself now. Just wanted that little disclaimer there. So let's get straight into it. And so we've built this lead magnet, and I am going to develop the ad strategy today. And I think it's important to note that ads don't always apply to every single agency out there. And it is, of course, it's going to cost you a little bit of money in order for you to get your feet off the ground with ads. And I will run through some frameworks on how much you should spend, how much it's going to cost, and some expectations there as we proceed through to this video. But if anything, this will just serve as a really great bit of education for you when you do come to that point. Before we get to the ad strategy though, it's very important that anybody, regardless of what we're trying to run traffic to, and this applies to any business, not just agencies, we have to plug all of the holes first, okay? We have to make sure that there is no leakage in our process. So we mapped out this lead magnet in the sense that we're going to be driving traffic to our website. People are going to opt into our lead magnet. It kind of AI personalizes through Zapier, so it automatically fills in the company name and everything. We then either send it via PDF or a video, whatever we decide, and we deliver it via email, and the goal is to get a booked call, okay? At the end of the lead magnet, right at the end, we have a call to action after we go through some fancy shit. We're like, drop us a quick email or visit masonflow.ai/partner, and then you can go ahead and book a call on our Calendly. But what happens if they go through this lead magnet, they opt in, and for whatever reason, they don't open it, okay? Or maybe they do open it and they just don't book a call. Well, that's what we call leakage. And so we need to remarket those individuals. We need to have either an email flow, an SMS flow, or both, an automation, a sequence that allows us to retarget these individuals and get them to take our eventual action, which is booking a call, right? We put another layer on top of that, and because this is just automation, this is just the easy thing. If we then appointment set, and so what I mean by appointment setting is you physically call up every lead that opts into that form and you have a conversation with them. We'll come up with a script for that in a moment. Okay. In doing that, we're gonna plug a lot more holes. People that don't respond well to email and SMS, but do want human contact. And so we can do that. And you don't have to do it. You can pay an appointment setter, but initially it's going to be you. And I normally always recommend you doing it, being in the trenches yourself first. It's not even worth considering running ads if you still have leakage in your funnel. So we have to make sure that we don't have any leakage. So this is what we're going to work on next. First step is going to be actually creating this automation. And so if we go into high levels, this is the tool that we're using. You can set up an automation like this. I suppose you could send the emails manually. You could send the SMS manually. There are many avenues that you could go down. My recommendation broadly is use Go High Level. It is going to make your life a lot easier. So if we go on automation and we hit create workflow, I'm going to do start from scratch. I would like to do a 5-part sequence. In fact, before we do that, I'm actually going to outline what this sequence looks like. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's pretty nice, actually. It means that this is actually quite simple because what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up this flow in line with what we've got going on here. Because this is going to be a 5-part sequence, okay? So you could do 3-part. I think like 5-part is the sweet spot from a lot of testing. If we do a 5-part sequence, then yeah, we can get a lot more information across in our emails. And I'm going to give you the theme for this sequence as well. I'm giving you guys a lot of juice today, as always. That's always the goal, right? So here we go. We're going to go first theme of the first email. Broadly speaking, it's going to be delivery of product. So it's going to be product delivery. So this is going to be us actually delivering the lead magnet, first of all. There's going to be no sales going on in there. Okay? And the second email is going to be, let's do a strategy call. So straight away, we're going to call to action a strategy call, just for the people that are super hot and they're like, oh, do you know what? I want to take the next step here. After that, we're either going to do like a case study or a story. So we want to either go through our results. I actually think like a story is probably the nicest way. And you can notice here, I'm just thinking about this on the spot because of the fact that there are many ways that you can do this effectively, but we've kind of got to think about the individual circumstances. In this instance, these people they're cold, they haven't heard about us before. A little story would be nice. And then we can do a case study of some sort. Now, this is obviously going to be a little bit tricky if you haven't worked with any clients yet, so you can replace that with another story. It can be like a bit of a founder story if you like. And obviously when you do have a case study, then you can use and leverage I'll still go through a case study framework for you so you can apply it to your own circumstances. Cool. I think I'm going to do, it's going to obviously be our call to action, but it's going to be like a scarcity call to action. Okay, which is going to be a book call. So this is going to be the framework we're going to follow for our SMS flow. And so let's just go ahead and just create this bad boy. So first of all, we have something that's called a trigger, and that is our way of essentially saying to high level when we want this actually to go ahead and trigger. That's pretty obvious, right? And so that's going to be a form submit. So we've already set up a form on our landing page, and we're going to do add a filter. And the form is, we've got a form, this will load data. We've got one on our landing page already. Why isn't that coming up? Free AI marketing strategy, there we go. Let's put me there, well, I won't get in the way. Okay, and the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do email, and we're going to do send email, and we're going to deliver this email. Okay, so we're going to send this from, you can put your from email in there, obviously. And you want to put your name in there, okay, rather than it just being Mason Flow. And then we're going to do, in fact, like Mason Flow. Let's do that, because Mason Flow, we're leveraging the name Mason in there as well. So we actually already set up our delivery email. So let me just load up Zapier and have a look through that. Okay, so this was our delivery email. So, hey Jordan, hope you're well. As promised, here's your complete customized AI marketing strategy. The link, using this strategy you will get, and then we've got all these things here. Okay, so if we just take that and then we go over to high level, we can make sure that we have that all in place. So we could do like your free AI marketing strategy as the subject line there. Okay, and yeah, that's all good. So there we go. And then this name wants to be, and this is really important, we change our import field. So we change this to, there you go, no, custom values. And it's going to be contact first name. Okay, there you go. This link is going to be, in fact, actually, it depends on how you're automating this. So we automated it through Gmail and Zapier, and so that's how we automatically generated this link. In this instance, okay, we probably don't want to what's going on there? Okay, in this instance, I'm just going to keep it here so you've got the template there, but like just bear in mind, based on the previous video, we used a different way to actually to deliver this. So cool, if we hit save action. So first from email, so let's just do hello@masonflow.ai. Okay, hit save action, and so we can rename this just for ease. So we've got a good idea as to. So let's call this one product delivery. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to set a weight. I'll zoom in and to make sure that you guys can see all of this right now. I'll change this up at the top as well to lead magnet workflow. So now what we're going to do is set a weight for 24 hours, which is obviously a day. You could just do 1 day there as well. Okay, and then we're just going to hit there and do wait 1 day. Keep this nice and clean. And then we do another email. And this one is going to be our, what did we say this was going to be? A strategy call. Same information again. Okay, subject line this time round. Let's go with, let's do a variable. So let's do like contact first name. I'm not going to use AI for this one because I've got this stuff, I've written these scripts 1,000 times over, and so I'm going to give you a bit of a framework for this and just talk you through the process of actually creating it. And so let's do this. This could work for you too. Like this is going to be like an attention grab, okay? So we want it to really just just grab their attention. So make it thought-provoking is what we're ultimately trying to do here. So let's take the first name again, and let's do Jordan here. Or it's Jordan, or just like a quick intro. And hope you're getting a bunch. Hope you've found the AI strategy we sent you interesting. Got a delivery guy turning up. Let me just quickly grab this parcel. Or is he going to leave it outside? It's all good. Dog's going to bark like crazy though. So I hope you found the AI strategy we sent you interesting. Most agencies, let me just think, charge for strategy. It's hard to document and also write at the same time, so I'm just going to get in the zone and just write this and then explain it to you afterwards. Okay, so hi, first name Jordan here. So we're just keeping it simple, so it's a bit personal. Hope you found the AI strategy I sent you interesting. Most agencies guard strategies like this and charge a lot for them, so it'd be smart to start implementing it before your competition do. Competitors do. So we're basically, it's a little bit of like scarcity, I suppose, at the start. Anyway, thought I'd reach out to personally introduce myself and offer you a free one-to-one strategy call because you opted in. Honestly, I don't usually take these calls due to time constraints, but we've got some really cool ideas for you guys that I'd like to share. I've opened up a couple of slots this week, so if you're keen, let me know. Speak soon, Jordan. P.S. We only work with one masonry company in each city, and we don't have a partner yet in your area yet, but we intend on securing one ASAP. So it's a pretty casual email, kind of following in with the theme of like the ICPs. We've established these are pretty casual business owners, broadly speaking. Anyone in home improvements kind of is, and so it's not too salesy. It's just like, hope you're enjoying it, hope you're implementing it, and then it's very casual. Like, I don't usually do calls, but I'd be up for having a call with you guys. I've got some ideas for you, so we've got a hook there. And then we've opened up a couple of slots. We've got a bit of scarcity, very casual sign off, and then we're just reaffirming we only work with one masonry company in each city, and if we haven't got one yet in your area, but it will be one of your competitors if it's not you, essentially. So it's a really nice casual way to just kind of transition into the book a call request. What I kind of realised as I'm going through this is very hard for me to talk about what I'm writing whilst also being in a creative mindset and writing this out. So I'm actually going to build this entire workflow, and then I'm going to run you through the emails bit by bit afterwards. So I'm going to crack on with that now. Okay, that actually took a little bit longer than I anticipated, but we move. So, right, we've got our 5 emails here. So we've got our first email, which is product delivery, which we've already gone through. Then we have our first offer of a strategy call. I think I already went through this one with you guys. I already went through this one with you. We wait a day and then we send over a case study. I decided this was actually going to be a story first, but I actually decided it made sense to do the case study first. Now, this is an optional one. You can get rid of this if you don't have a case study yet, so whoever wins Mason Flow likely won't. So you can just get rid of this one and just do a 4-step email flow in the meantime. So we're going like, this could be you, first name, and then we're keeping it simple. So we're going in with, so just a little bit of story. So we recently started working with this client name and owner of this business, a masonry business struggling to break through a revenue plateau. Despite delivering fantastic work, they just couldn't scale to the next level, so feeding into the pain points, okay? They needed a predictable way to get more jobs in without wasting lots of money, so they started working with us. So this is getting rid of their concerns. Within just a few months, we managed to generate them 12 new jobs, so desirable result. They're like, okay, how much does that make? Well, contract value, roughly 56,000. Now, this is just the start, and things can only go up here for this name. So then we've got a loop, okay? So these are the results that this guy's getting. You could be like this guy, okay? This could be you. As I said in my email yesterday, we only partner with one masonry business per city, and we're yet to work with one in, and then we're going to do their city. If you want that to be you, instead of one of your competitors stealing your jobs, drop me a quick message back and we'll have a chat. So we're painting the picture of, okay, like if you don't do this, one of your competitors is going to, so drop me a quick message. We'll keep things casual. I'm not going to sell you on this. Speak soon, hopefully. Jordan, founder at Mason Flow. Bit human there. Cool. So we're offering the strategy call for the first time. We wait a day and then we do the case study, okay? So, in fact, that subject line, okay, so we've got like, what have I done there? I've already done the case study. That was that one. I was going to go on to the story. That's it. Question about your masonry work. So it's like a take on quick question 4, which is one of the best performing email subject lines of all time on Outreach. This one's actually a little bit longer. It probably doesn't need to be as long as this, but it kind of got carried away as I was writing it. But I think it's sometimes nice to have a little bit of a longer email and then just for a bit more context, but you can play around with this and split test it. So, hey, first name, it's Jordan. Just dropping a friendly reminder to put that free one-to-one strategy call with me whilst we've got, I'm going to just call it one-to-one call with me. Well, that free call with me whilst I've still got a slot available this week. Also ask out a question, and also out of interest, what your most successful way of getting work is right now. I can only presume it's referrals like most masonry companies, but I understand how unpredictable that can be. In fact, that's the very reason I launched MasonFlow. My uncle owns a firm out in New York, and I offered to help him with his marketing a few years back. Now, obviously, this is a made-up story. You want to make this relevant to you. I just want to give you some context and the kind of thing. And if you tap into yourself as an individual and you make yourself relatable and you share your story, people like to hear it, and it just humanises the brand. So my uncle owns a firm out in New York. I offered to help him with his marketing a few years back. Anyway, the results have generated for him were far better than we expected. Sure, we made a few mistakes along the way. Again, human. If everything's perfect, then we lose trust. But over time, we perfected a strategy that would work for any other masonry business. It worked so well that we decided it would be unfair to partner with more than one company per city. We've got very high success rate on finding partners, and we only started looking in this city a week ago, so there's still enough time for us to have a chat. Worst case scenario, you learn more about our strategy and implement it yourself. Can't say fairer than that, ? Okay. This actually is probably better as an outreach follow-up in this sense. We only started looking for in city a week ago. And so you could say in this instance, and we don't have one in city yet. Cool. So that's our story. And then we wait a day, and then we do last chance. So we're doing an RE, so regarding, so it's we responded to an email, which normally gets a better open rate. You passing on this ? This one's a lot shorter and we're keeping it casual. Hey, first name, this is the last time I'll drop in about that strategy call with us. So if you're up for a casual chat, let me know ASAP. For ease, I've put a link here for you, and then we do calendar link. If you've got any questions about the AI strategy I sent you to, we can discuss on the call. All the best, Jordan. PS, expect to see some Toronto local masonry ads online soon. Let's make sure they're yours. So again, painting that final picture, we've got a short email there. So we are really coming from multiple angles here. We've got pain points, we've got case studies, we've got stories, we've got that scarcity. We're just hitting all areas of buyer psychology so we can make sure that we are plugging all of the holes when it comes to this automation flow here. So that is the automation flow. Let's just let's go back to our Miro, and what do we need to mark off? So automations and scripts. We actually should create a script right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a quick script before we get into the ads. Let me just load that up. Okay, so this is our MasonFlow doc on Notion. I'm just going to do a setting script for the lead magnet. Okay, so again, this will change per lead, and so normally it's actually a very, very casual call and script when we're setting. So someone's opted in, we wait you could call them almost immediately. You can strike whilst the iron's hot, but any time within the first 24 hours would be a call on a lead magnet. And so the script's going to be simple. It's going to be like a customer service call. It's going to be like, hey, name, or hey, is that John? Is that John? Okay, so we just want to make sure we're speaking to the right person first of all. Great, my name is Jordan. I'm calling, I noticed I'm calling regarding the free AI strategy you opted in for time. Okay, let them speak. So this is them speaking. That's them responding, okay? If we were writing like this whole script and I was making a whole video about this now and I didn't want this to be like hours and hours long, then I would probably write their responses and like if this, then that statement. But I want to just get through this for you guys so you got the holes plugged and then we can get into the ads. So, great, my name is Jordan. I'm calling regarding the pre-aid strategy you opted in for. And they're like, okay, cool, whatever. Yeah, what do you need? And you're like, I just wanted to give you a quick call to check if you've had the chance to look. Maybe not. We could do. I just want to give you a quick call, firstly to check you received it okay, but secondly to find out the reason why you opted in for it. Okay? So we want to find out a little bit more about them. And then it's really going to be like discovery, in the sense that we're going to be going in and we're going to be like finding out, okay, like current position, desired position, okay. So where are they at, where do they want to be at, and roadblocks standing in the way. So this is point A, this is point B. What are the roadblocks? Get that information, pain, if possible. So we want to try and dig some pain out of them if possible. So like, okay, so you want to start advertising or you want to start implementing AI in the business. Why can't you go ahead and implement that strategy yourself? Do you intend on doing it? Oh, we can't. I don't really have the knowledge. Okay, that's fine. Well, are you struggling with lead flow at the moment? Yeah, we've got a lead generation problem. What kind of issues is that causing in the business? You know, we're digging these kind of pains if possible. And then it's going to be, so we've done our discovery. And I would say this is going to be no more than like 5 to 10 mins max. It could be like 2 to 10 minutes, depending on how chatty they are. And then it's going to be like so it'd be like, would love to book in a time to help you with a free strategy to achieve said desired position. Are you available over the next few days? And then proceed to go ahead and book a call. Now, what I would recommend you doing is having a bit of an elevator pitch ready as well. So if they ask like, well, what do you do? Or what are you trying to sell me on? Or like, what's your core service? And I would have a bit of an elevator pitch there ready to go as well. Yeah, of course, like your standard objection handling and so on, of which we don't have time to go through in this video. We cover this in a lot of detail inside of our program and the Affluent Academy. So if you're interested, by all means, click the link in the description and book a call with us. We go through your objections, all your scripting, and then we can actually help you by listening to your sales calls and giving you feedback on ways that you can improve through our accountability coaching period as well. So for those of you that are interested, we actually guarantee 5 clients within your first 90 days of working with us, or you get every penny back that you spend with us. And so a lot of attention goes into this stuff and making sure that we help you become a killer salesperson. So yeah, click the link if you're interested in discovering that. For the rest of you guys, well, for everyone watching the video right now, I'm now going to go through the paid ad strategy. So let's do that. So we've got our automations, we've got our scripts. Let's build out this automation strategy. Or this ad strategy. And so I think the first thing for us to understand is, how do I do this without this turning into an entire really lengthy ad? So what I'm not going to teach you how to do right now is how to set up a Facebook Business Manager account. I've got some great videos on my YouTube channel that will help you how to do that. So I'll put some links in the description if you want to learn the basics of like how do you set up Facebook Business Manager, how do you set up YouTube ads, whatever, like then you can go and check that out. But what I'm going to be doing right now is just going through the specific strategy for this individual lead magnet. So the components that we've got, we have ad copy, okay, which is the text. We then have our ad creative, the image or video. And then we also have, I suppose, our foundations setup. Okay, so this is like our campaign type and so on. And all these things kind of feed into each other, with actually the most important thing on here being ad creative. Like creative, I think many people still advertise with the false understanding that ads is all about great targeting. And what really or truly is the case with ads now is that your creative is the targeting. So in many cases, you can get away with running almost completely broad ads, just geo-targeting a location. By that I mean like selecting, let's say you're running ads to Toronto, you just ran ads to Toronto, and you let your creative be the targeting. And so by that I mean either your video has to state in the first 5 to 10 seconds exactly who it is you're trying to target, or your image makes it very, very clear, attention, masonry business owners. Okay, we want to really call out to that ICP, the ideal customer, as simply and as quickly as possible, and that's the most effective way to run ads right now. So that's probably what I'm going to spend the most time on now, is getting a good creative together. And there are many ways that we can do this. Of course, and what I'm not going to do is script an entire video. And I think it's important to bear in mind that for those of you guys that are going through this process yourself and you're creating a lead magnet, you're creating your ads and so on, like you're realistically going to have to spend, like on, even though I can bosh through this because I've done this so many times, but you're going to have to spend, realistically, it's going to be like a day to do this stuff, then maybe a day to do this stuff, and then maybe a day to do this stuff, and then a day to do this stuff. So you're looking at kind of like a week all in if you really put in the work to get everything done here. Realistically, like 2 weeks if you're learning everything on the go. If you're spending any more than that, then you are procrastinating. And so, yeah, then we come to like this part of creating the ads. I would give yourself a good day to be able to come up with the ad creatives, record your videos, get all of your images, gather your assets, write all your ad copy. But I'm doing it right now in... 15 minutes, because I've got a group coaching call with our community in 15 minutes from now. So that's what we're doing it in. So I'll shut up and actually get this done. My gut says to me that if we want to get the attention of these individuals, I want to create an image ad, first of all, because we've already established I don't have the time to do a video. But I'm going to do an image ad creative. And then, so we're going to create the ad, and then we're going to reverse engineer and go through the setup afterwards. So let's use ChatGPT. ChatGPT 4.0 has got a really great inbuilt, and we have this on various other tools for a long time, but like ChatGPT has now got a really good image generator. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it to generate an image, and we can use this image as the foundation for our ad. So because we're doing a free AI marketing strategy, just think about this. What could we do? Generate an image of a robot bricklaying on a building site. Yes. Come on. That is what we want. I hope this spits up something good. Give us some fire right now. Yeah, a robot. That's going to create some... What we want trying to do is we want to get attention. We want to grab attention and get people to stop scrolling. So like, how can we get bricklayers to like stop on their feed and have a look? You know? Come on. What's happening right now? So you could do that, and then we could probably add some text on top of it as well. So maybe in the meantime, I'll open up Canva. Okay, so this is what we've got. It's not obvious enough. It's good, but it's not obvious enough that they're laying bricks. So I'm like, let me just give it a prompt. Can you make it more obvious that the robot is laying bricks? I want it to grab the attention of a bricklayer that would see this ad, and also make the robot feel a little bit more human than that. Okay, so it's our second take. It's better, but it's not exactly what I want. Like, it's still kind of too much emphasis on the robot and not enough on the bricks. So let's see what we get back of these prompts. Sometimes we need to send we need to get another chat going to like rejig everything, because it can just like get too obsessed with like the existing one that it's built and just be like iterating off that. So sometimes it's nice just to get a completely fresh one. Oh, that's quite a good one there. That's pretty obvious that it's laying some bricks there. It's quite a serious robot though. It's like a... I'm going to start a new chat and see what we can get out. Okay, we've got it. This is much better. To start a new chat, can we create a robot of a bricklayer, of a robot as a bricklayer on a building site? And so we've got this image here. This is class. This is a great image. Is that struggling to load right there? So let's save that image. So we've got that creative. I think something's going on with the internet right now. That's why it's being slow. What do we got? Look at that. That is class. That's a great attention grabbing creative. Oh, AI is so cool, man. Robot bricklayer. And then what we're going to do is, I think we double down on this, and I think I'm going on Canva right now. Canva is a really nice web-based editing tool. It's a very simple tool for anybody to use. So if you if you don't have any editing skills and you go on Canva, you can go on all these templates for ads, and just absolutely fantastic. And so go have a play around with those. But what I would like to do in this instance is I'm just going to create a brand new design from scratch. We're going to do like an Instagram post, so it's a square, and I'm just going to chuck this this image of the robot on top of that. And so then what we're going to do is put a little bit of text on top, and we're going to do, let's see what we've got. Okay, so with the limited time I've got, there are a couple of things we can do. We can either go down this route where we've kind of got like our text on screen, where we're like attention masonry businesses, we've got that attention grabbing, like call to action, and then you've got the AI in the background. This is quite a cool design, albeit like it's a little bit busy for my liking. So if I had more time here, hence like I would spend normally a couple of hours doing this, and I'd probably be going ahead and keep making this a little bit a little bit easier to read, maybe playing around with that background a little bit. But I think this is like a really nice basis for us to go on, and then we can use this. But what I would actually probably do is I would probably split test this image just like direct with the actual image itself. So I'd split test this one here with this one here, and by split test I mean we'd run both of them side by side and see which of these two actually performs best, because ultimately the algorithm is only gonna be the thing that knows, you know. So you can always try and make your best judgment, but you're never truly going to know until you actually start running the thing. And so what we're going to do is I'm just going to take this image here, and we're going to make this a bit smaller, and then I'm going to write the ad copy now as well. So okay, so what's important to note with an ad copy is that I've got this call in 4 minutes. What's the best thing for me to do here? 1 second. Okay, just jumped on that call and picking this back up. So where were we? So we got this strategy will help you, and then we're going to have a number of different benefits there. I'm probably going to run this through AI afterwards, you know, actually just to see what it kind of comes back with as far as like suggestions and changes are concerned, just in case we get some really valuable feedback. So let's just have a look at what we've got on our actual lead magnet to see what we can pull out of this. Like as always, we want to be referencing the material that we've already got created. So let's have a look. Let's take this. There you go. More jobs without spending hours on social media, a competitive edge in a local market, time to focus on what you do best. Okay? Will help you get more jobs without spending hours. I'm also going to play with something else. Okay, I'm actually going to get rid of list because I think it's a little bit overkill in this instance. So we can do benefits in this instance. So we can be like, we can tap into this. In fact, we could just keep it. We're currently offering a free marketing strategy to help you get more jobs on autopilot. The strategy will help you get more jobs without spending hours on social media, competitive edge in the local market, and time to focus on what you do best. Click below, fill in your details. We only... And it's custom built for your business. Click below and fill in your details, and we'll send it over to you. Cool. So this is a very simple ad copy here. Toronto masonry business owners in Toronto. Okay, this strategy will help you get more work without spending hours on social media, gain a competitive edge in the local market, keep your time to focus on what you do best, and it's custom built for your business. Click below now and fill in your details and we'll send it over to you. Cool. We could add a little bit of scarcity in there. You could, if you want to, say you're only doing this for 5 companies. You could say you're only running this to a certain date, but I'm going to keep this relatively open, so it's open to interpretation there for you guys. So there's our ad copy. Simple. We then got our creative there. Again, like pretty simple, but it calls out to the audience. It's attention grabbing. They fill in what I would recommend being a lead form, and then using that lead form, they just put in their details and what we want to collect. So lead form wise, we want to get their full name, email address, phone number, current business goals. Let's do that. So simple, and again, you can have whatever you want, but full name, email, phone, current business goals. So asking them, what are their goals right now? So we want to get a picture of them. So when we then call them up and speak to them, we can say, I can see when you filled in the form, you said that you're currently hoping to achieve X, Y, Z. And we can tap into that, show that we've listened to them, etc. You get the idea. So that is our ad strategy built out. What we now need to do is just go through the setup. And so what I would actually recommend in this instance is us doing, so let's just create this below here. So we've got ad setup. What this wants to be is campaign wise, it wants to be a conversion campaign, okay? And it's going to be a lead form, okay? So lead form is simply where we have a form and it pops up on Facebook. They can fill in their details. We could, if we wanted to, drive traffic through to the landing page. If it was the landing page, we'd be optimizing. It's a conversion campaign optimized for leads, and we make sure we've got a pixel set up on our landing page. Okay. Outside of that, so we've got campaign conversion lead form. Then we could also do our targeting. And targeting is going to be broad, no interest, geo target Toronto, because we're mentioning Toronto here. That could be option number 1. Option number 2 can be bricklaying or masonry. Okay, so actually masonry. And then geo target Toronto. So we'll split test both of these audiences. And then the actual ad itself is going to be image ad. And actually we've got 2. Image 1 with text. Image 2, no text. So we've got the one with the text and we've got the one without the text, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep it nice and simple. Okay. So what we're actually looking at here is one campaign with 2 ad sets and 2 ads in. So 4 ads total, because we've got these 2 images testing against these 2 audiences. And so let's say we've got this spending here, let's say it's $10 a day each. I mean, realistically, what are we going to need to spend here? I mean, ideally, this is the minimum starting budget. $10 a day equals 40 total, okay? That's really going to be the budget we're starting off with. Cost per lead. So let's do targets. So cost per lead here. And this is going to vary so much from agency to agency, so I can only give you some broad benchmarks. But cost per lead, so CPL, which is pretty obvious. It's how much money we're spending to acquire a lead. Okay, is CPL is going to be between $15 and $50 in all honesty. And then your cost per booked call, or your cost per Yeah, we're not going to do cost per book call because we're not optimizing for book call here. We're optimizing for lead. It's going to be anything from $15 to $50. It depends on the industry and the area, but this is really what we're going to be looking at. If you're doing about 15, you're absolutely smashing it. So what we're looking at here is generating, on average, like 2 leads per day. So we're going to have like a 3-day testing window, which essentially says to us, okay, cool, every 3 days, we can look at our ad account, we can make sure that we're checking what is working, what isn't working, and we can be getting rid of any bad performing ads. So this is, first thing we're going to do is check, okay, which of these ads is performing best. Well, let's just go with image 1. And then after that, we're going to choose this audience. Let's get rid of one of these. And then what we do is we just replace and keep replacing with new creatives, new ads, every 3 days, and just maintaining all of the existing ads that are getting a good cost per lead. And then over time, we're stacking in additional creatives, additional interest, and so on that are winning, and we're scaling our ad account, what's called horizontal scaling, through having multiple extra ads and iterations there in different tests. Now, I think it'll be valuable for you guys to understand when is the perfect time to start running ads, because from my belief, at least anyway, it's far easier to acquire clients by outbound initially because it doesn't cost you anything. So sending emails, doing your DMs, doing your cold calls, going door to door, as we've discussed, all these ways of acquiring clients. It doesn't cost you a lot, okay? It costs you time, but you gain a lot of experience and you gain a lot of knowledge. And so I believe that is the most effective way to sign your first few clients. When you get case studies and when you get leverage, that is when you want to start moving over to ads more so, because you've got a little bit of budget there, you've got a bit more confidence as well, your close rate is going to be better, all these things that come into play to make sure you're going to be more successful there. That does not mean to say that any of you guys who have got some cash can't start running ads from day one. You can, but just be aware it's going to cost you more to acquire a client than you probably think. You're going to be spending at least a few $100s to actually acquire a client for your business. And again, it depends on many set of circumstances. But cool, that's enough for you to get stuck into. Next video, I'm going to get into building a full-on launch strategy and a plan to scale this agency to 10K a month. I'll see you then. Cheers.